It's time now for a look at the latest in local news. In the news, the case of State of Georgia versus Earl Watson begins this morning in courtroom C. Excuse me. Opening argument set for 9:30 this morning. As the past 2 days, the jury's been selected to hear the testimony and render a verdict. 15 Wayne Countyans have been selected, 12 jurors and 3 alternates. The prosecutor in the case is Diane McLeod. Lead investigator is GBI agent Lawrence Kelly. Watson's represented by attorneys Tracy Brown and Hugh McCullough. Watson stands trial charged with murder in the shooting death of Gary Floyd, which occurred on Little Creek Road back on July 30th of 2018. WIFO FM will be at the courthouse today. Have a full report on tomorrow's newscast. Superior Court Judge Stephen Kelly presiding on the bench. He says the trial will take place today and Friday. They'll break for the weekend, hopefully be wrapped up sometime next Tuesday. Once again, opening arguments are set for this morning at 9:30 a.m. Down in Brunswick, Georgia, selection a little more difficult in the Ahmaud Arbery case, as finding prospective jurors has been difficult, as the jurors are telling the judge there simply cannot be impartial. Most of them state that they believe the defendants are guilty in the case. Again, Travis Gregory McMichael, Roddy Bryan, all charged with murder in the shooting death of Ahmaud Arbery. This shooting death occurred back in February of 2020. But after viewing constant news coverage and the widely shared cell phone video of Arbery's death, one after another stating their minds were made up, one man was quickly dismissed, telling the court that he believes all 3 defendants are guilty. One juror told the judge he'd watched the video several times. He says the video tells him everything he needs to know. Superior Court Judge Timothy Walmsley in charge of the case. After 3 days, they have a total of 15 prospective jurors who have qualified. Attorneys need 64 to strike a jury. They state it could be several weeks before jurors impaneled down in Glenn County. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor, other commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Early voting taking place this week at Cracker Williams Annex Building located at 245 East Bay Street. On Wednesday, 31 more votes were cast, bringing the total to 510 heading into today. Of those 31, 27 voted in the City of Jesup elections, 4 in the City of Scriven. The contested mayor's race in Jesup is between Ralph Hickox and Tyrone Johnson. Both men will appear next week on the Butch and Bob Show. Tyrone Johnson set for Tuesday, with Ralph Hickox a week from today, next Thursday. And early voting taking place this Saturday as well, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And all the early voting taking place at the Crack Williams Annex Building. Jesup City Commissioners have a call meeting set for this Friday at 11 a.m. Once again at the Chamber office. On the agenda, only item in executive session to discuss personnel. That's this Friday at 11 a.m. City met Tuesday to conduct the interviews for this full-time city manager's job. Interim City Manager Rose Marcus tells WIFO FM that she read the call stating that she is a finalist for the job. She'll get the update this Friday on the search for the city's next full-time city manager, and Rose Marcus has been the interim since Mike Deal retired. Traditional Peanuts, Pies, and Politics set for Wednesday, October 27th in Patterson, Georgia at Mossy Ponds. The time from 12 noon to 1:30. It's a luncheon. For more on that and about the upcoming special session in November, we talked yesterday with State Representative Stephen Meeks. Representative Stephen Meeks, legislative session is going to be back in November for the redistricting. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, right now we're scheduled to return to Atlanta on November the 3rd to take up special legislative session to redraw district lines in both the state house level and the congressional level based on the last census that was conducted.
You gave those figures today. Wayne County grew a little bit.
Wayne County grew a little bit. I believe it was 0.1% overall. District 178 had a net growth of about 4%. So we picked up a little bit in population, but as we look at around the state and the areas that gain population, Effingham and Bryan over in our area had significant population. Long County had an increase in population. So map drawers will take a look at that growth and propose some maps, and we'll go from there.
And Peanuts, Ponds, and Politics coming up Wednesday.
Next Wednesday at 12 o'clock, Mossy Pond Retrievers in Offerman. Peanuts, Ponds, and Politics annual event that we do, and folks come out and have some good barbecue, and Speaker of the House David Ralston will be in attendance, and as well as Commissioner of Agriculture Gary Blight, dear friend that I've known for many years. He'll be in attendance, has always been faithful to come, and hopefully have a couple more candidates that are running statewide, still waiting on some of those confirmations. And then we will also pay tribute to our healthcare workers in the area during that time, and just say a thank you for the commitment they've that they had during this pandemic of taking care of those who came in, and many of us who came down with COVID, and I know it's been tough, so we appreciate them very much.
Okay, Steve, we'll see you next Wednesday.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Again, those comments to Representative Stephen Meeks. The pinking of the Jesup City Fountain takes place tomorrow at 11 a.m. Ceremony begins at the Jesup Train Depot Community Room with brief remarks and pink refreshments to go. After the remarks, the program will move outside to the fountain, which will be dyed pink. Again, the public invited to attend. That's tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor, other commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes and news: that sexual harassment lawsuit filed by 3 former female Jesup police officers against former Jesup Police Chief Mike Deal Police Chief Mike Lane and City Manager Mike Deal has been settled out of court with a payment agreement for the 3 women. Patricia Brantley, Grace Conard, and Grace Straney all received about $194,000 each, and the attorneys who represented them, Buckley Beal, received around $419,000. City officials state that GERMA settled the case as the city's insurance company. GERMA may settle cases with or without the consent of the insured people. GERMA agreed to pay the $1 million settlement and negotiated the agreement, which specifies that there is no admission or liability or wrongdoing by the city or by the 2 former city employees that were sued. Settlement also states that the 3 women simply walk away with their cash and release the city of Jesup and Mike Lane and Mike Deal, as well as GERMA, from all claims in the suit. Again, that's the agreement reached this past week. The payments were paid last Friday. Everyone walks away with the 3 former employees receiving cash, and the city and its former chief and city manager walking away, not admitting to any of the accusations in the lawsuit. Coming up Monday and Tuesday, the Wayne County Drama Department will perform their one-act play entitled Sea Change. It's a drama about how people can face and deal with emotional trauma. Again, the public performance will be Monday, October 25th, and Tuesday, October 26th at 7 p.m. in the K. Cagle Theater and Performing Arts at Wayne County High School. Doors open each night at 6:30. Tickets are $5 each and can be purchased at the door. The play will compete in the region competition next Thursday at Coffee County High School. And that's going to do it for the latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan, have a great day.